Matt. I have
Yeah,
something great I want to tell you about and our listeners.
do it. Do it.
We have some amazing and exciting news. We are launching a Patreon. Woo!
Woo!
For those of you that want to hear more of us and our amazing reviews, you can join us at the bar for more booze and reviews, where we will not just give you tons of great new cocktails or wine, as Matthew likes.
Yes, my favorite.
But we will also be reviewing franchises, because sometimes you don't want to devote all that time. So we will let you know, should you invest or should you say no?
Right.
We have a level for everyone. There is 5, 7, 10, 20, or you can buy us a drink, which is at your own level donation. So if you love what we do, and we know you do, the numbers tell us so, and want to join us, come join us at the After Hours bar.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there if you want to see our lovely faces, mine especially. My name is Matt, and as always, I am being joined by my sister Vetta.
Hi.
And on this episode, we're going to keep up with our theme for March, which is March Madness. So we're doing basketball movies. And this week we are doing the ever classic White Men Can't Jump. Vetta, had you seen this? Did you see this movie when it came out?
Yes.
Right on. Yeah, me too. Well, I don't remember seeing it in theater because I was young when this came out. But
No,
I remember
I didn't see it in theater. I saw it at home on VHS.
Right on. Yeah, I remember because I got hard when they were smashing, and you saw Rosie Perez's boobies, and I was like, yeah. It was tasteful side boob, though. It was tasteful side boob. If we're being okay. So before we get started on this review, Vetta, we are going to ask the most important question of the night. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a slam dunk.
Shut your face. I'm drinking a slam dunk too. Yours looks better than mine. I added way more Southern Comfort than you're supposed to because I was like, orange juice.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise. All right, Vetta, since we're both drinking a slam dunk, why don't you explain what's in the slam dunk?
So yours sounds different than mine. Mine didn't have Southern Comfort in it. Mine has tequila, orange liqueur, ginger ale, cranberry juice, and orange juice.
Oh, well then, we're just going to post both those recipes because mine is Southern Comfort, orange juice, and cranberry juice. And it was like one like equal parts of each, but I was like, oh, fuck that noise. So it was just it's mostly Southern Comfort and then like a splash of the other two because Southern Comfort is delicious. That's so
yeah, I was like, where did he get his? Because mine's, I mean, not that I no shade to tequila at all. I love tequila too, but I was like, mine doesn't have Southern Comfort in it at all.
I feel you. Okay. Well, let's get started on this review then, since we got our drinks. Okay. So real quick, I just want to start off this by saying, like, I hated Woody Harrelson's hat this entire freaking movie, but I love the fashion. I love that first game when they're playing that guy, and that one guy, he's got the green top showing the midriff, and then those purple spandex pants. I was like, I'll have that, please, thank you.
There's so much spandex in this movie.
Oh, and I am all here for it. I just like the whole time I was like, yo, dude, your dick is talking to me. Like, I can see it.
All the women's clothes are like painted on because they're all those like spandex dresses and everything. It just, the guys have got the shorts. I mean, spandex for days.
Yeah. And okay, so then I also love how Snipes in this movie, Wesley Snipes, he does so much shit talking, like so much, and I'm all like, I was like I love when he's like get that shit out of here. And what else does he say? And I love when they started talking about their mothers, and I was just like, oh, you want to talk about mothers? Right. Oh, you want to talk about, it's mother time.
And the one thing about that part I didn't get was when he called the one guy's mom an astronaut. I was like, I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
from
right.
then. And
Right.
so I looked on Urban Dictionary, and it is not the way they were using it. It's not a mama joke or anything. So I'm like, I'm so confused.
Right. And I love how okay, so he hustles to get on to play Wesley Snipes or to be on oh no, against is it against Wesley Snipes?
Yes.
Okay, and
So
I love go ahead.
no, I was gonna say Wesley Snipes is against him because they're going to go to Sizzler. Remember his friend in
Yeah.
the
Yes,
the
which
Michael Jordan jersey is all about we're going to go to Sizzler because
yeah,
he
we're
loans him
going
the
to
20
we
bucks.
yeah, which I want to be honest with you, I did not get why he was saying like he's like we're going Sizzler, and the whole I didn't hear him say something about going to Sizzler before that. My wife had to point that out to me because the whole time I'm like, what does that mean? We're going, is that like talk like the youngsters back then? But I just don't know what it is. I was like, what does that mean? And I was like Googling it. I was like, what does it mean going Sizzler and everything? And I was like, I don't know what that means. She's like, well, he said they were gonna go, he would take him to Sizzler. I was like, oh, I missed that line. Um,
Yeah, he did because he's going to get surf and turf.
yeah, right. Yeah, he's gonna hit surf and turf. Okay, so and then I love when he's stretching. He also says, what does he say? He says that Jane Fonda I wrote down Garshine BS, but I don't know what that means. I don't know what I wrote down. Sorry. I had been drinking heavily when I watched this
Yes.
movie. But I did, but hey, I just want to say stretching is good before any event. I just want to say that. That's good.
I stretch before I go up and down the stairs. You might
Ain't
know
that
something. I'm old.
preach it, sis. You got to stretch for the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right? You don't want to break a hip. I mean, I'm getting to that age where the wrong fall and snap.
Right on. And then so what did you think about that first game that he hustled them?
Oh, I thought it was good, but I also go, he was at that court way in advance in the morning.
Mm,
How is it that when people started arriving at the court for the day, nobody saw him? And
right?
nobody was like,
Because he's a chump.
right? Did he like get out of there before people started arriving? I don't know. I just am like, I also feel like, I don't know. It just seems a little strange that there's just, he's sitting front and center, you know.
I feel
It
I
just
know.
is a little too put together on the hustle, but hey.
Oh no, I totally get it. I get it. I get it. Okay, so then when he and I love how what was up with Wesley Snipes doing that little like ballerina dance every time he won? He's like, oh, it's so pretty, so pretty. I was like, why are you doing that? Stop that. You stop
Because
that.
it's really important for your follow through.
I guess so. It just but he kept
And
like
he's
tap
just
dancing or
proving he was
whatever.
following through.
Right on.
I
Okay.
don't know.
So I want to ask you this. So I don't know why Rosie Perez thought she was gonna get on Jeopardy because she's like Jeopardy's gonna
I have
call.
that written down. I'm like, why Jeopardy?
Yeah, and I love how she's like, I've been studying all day. I'm all like, so I'm all like, what's like
When she said she was studying all day, I was like, are you like a stripper paying for
right?
nursing school or
Right?
something? And then she was like, do you think Jeopardy, or he's like, Jeopardy didn't call? And I was like, oh, she's
Right.
studying useless information. Got it.
Yes. And then I love when Wesley Snipes shows up at their apartment and they're like, it's the Stookie Brothers. What that wasn't that Stookie Brothers? And I was like, oh, the Stookie Brothers I already love. I can tell you that right now. And then so Wesley Snipes wants to hustle with him. And now, do you think he was all like, I'm going to hustle this guy before he went to his apartment? Or do you think it was after he went to his apartment, he was all like, got with his friends, is like, all right, we're going to hustle him?
I
It's very
definitely,
obvious. Go ahead. You go ahead.
no, I was going to say, I definitely think he went there because he wanted his money back. Now, whether that was the prime reason, he was, going back there to figure out a way to get his money back.
Right on. Because I definitely think that first game that they definitely because the second game he got hustled Woody Harrelson, but that first game they definitely hustled that dude.
Oh
So
yeah, he went to go sell the gun.
oh well, I want to
Remember?
talk about that. So we're going to talk about that in just 1 second. But I was just because I was trying to figure out whether or not Woody Harrelson was like when Wesley Snipes went to see him, if he had already decided he was going to hustle him, or was until after he left his apartment was he like, oh, I could hustle this guy.
I think it might have been afterwards because of the big jar of money. Like, that's not a very good bank. I'm just saying.
All right.
Big giant pretzel container, the
Right.
Costco pretzel jug,
The
not
cheese
a good
ball
bank.
jug, yeah.
Right? Yeah, the cheese ball container, not a good bank at all. Just out there for everyone to see. But I
Right.
also think the more Wesley Snipes heard the story, because he does hear the whole story, and he
Mhm.
probably knows how much money they have, and he really wants to get his wife into that house.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She really wants that house, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the inside of it, but the outside was very nice and everything. Which I just go, couldn't they have gotten a loan? Like, I don't
Well, I
know.
don't even think
Anyways,
they were buying it. I think they were just renting it.
ew.
Yeah, I think that's why, because I think they had to have first and last month's
Oh,
rent
that's
or
an excellent
something.
point. That's an excellent point. People don't rent, just buy. It's better, I promise. It's way better. Okay, let's get on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're handing out life advice, guys. While drinking. Yay. Anyways, that's the best
Yay.
time to get life advice. Anyways,
Oh, for
okay.
sure.
So they start hustling, right? And they go to that first game. Okay. Now, I just want you to know that guy that they were playing that sells his gun, which I want to talk about, I loved him. I was like, he could stay in this whole movie. Because then later on, when they're at that tournament, he's like, yeah, and everything. I was like, oh, hey, it's that guy. I was like, okay. So then, okay. So, like, when he put up, what did he put up for 800? How much did he put up? Like two.
They said 500,
And he only okay, so then he leaves, right? So
because he's got to get it out of his quote unquote glove box.
yeah, right. And then he goes to the store, okay? And I love his voice. He's like, "Hey man, give me your money." And I'm like, that is so funny. Like it was like it made me laugh. And he's all like, "What was his name? Gerald, is that you?" And I'm like, "It's Gerald. It's totally Gerald." And then he's like, "You
Like,
need."
how did he make his voice like all helium like without sucking on
Right.
any helium? He was all
Right.
like,
And then I love that he sold his gun to to the guy. And I just want to say right now that guy ripped him off. That gun was that guy got that gun for 250. That is a steal. And he got the bullets. I'm just like, that's a steal right there because yeah, I'm just saying.
I'll
Like
take your word for it. I don't know how much guns cost.
yeah, well, I'm just saying a 6-shooter like that for 250, he got a good deal. I'm just saying. Okay. And then they go back and play, right? And Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, they win. Okay.
Right.
And then I love how he pulls out a razor blade. I'm all like,
Girlfriend's trying to talk him out of it.
yeah, I'm all like, how many weapons does this guy have? He's just got weapons coming out his butthole. And I'm all like, this is insane. And then I love how he's like, I'm gonna go to my car, get my other gun, shoot everybody. And I'm like, man, this guy is angry. But I'd be angry too if you stole my money. I'd be angry too. Do you have any more thoughts on that little
No,
thing?
well, I did like when they were all climbing over the fence, because
Oh,
I was
right.
like, man, they're so slow.
They're so slow.
I can't even shot them.
I
I don't
know.
know much about the shooting of guns, but I am pretty sure if people can shoot a gun straight up in the air and hit somebody, I'm pretty sure him spraying whatever type of gun it is across the basketball court, he could have hit one of the 20 guys climbing
Yeah,
very
at least
slowly
one. Yeah.
over a fence.
Yeah, because I mean, I've climbed chain link fence before. It's not that hard. Everybody wants to act like it's hard. It's not that hard. But
You
yeah.
just the problem is most people, when they get to the top and they got to go over, they get scared. You
Oh
just got to do
yeah.
it all in one
Yep.
motion.
Yep. You just got to do
go.
it. And if you hurt yourself after the fall, that's just how it is. But you just got to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to let your adrenaline take over and tuck and roll.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, tuck and roll. That's the way to do it. Good. See, we're handing out life advice here, guys. Tuck and roll.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have not climbed an 8-foot chain link in
I
probably
know.
30 years.
I haven't done it since like elementary school.
I'm pretty sure I would be way slower than them now.
I love how they're like, they're so slow. But me and you'd be like, this fucking sucks.
God, I can't do anymore. And you'd be like, you still have one foot on the ground.
Right? It would be so hard. Okay. So
we're together, find an 8-foot chain link fence and video each other climbing it.
Right. That'd be so good. Okay. So then they get into a fight in the car over music. Now, I want to just say, like, I like music, But I hate when people fight over music. It's so it's like when people fight over movies. Like you get those people that are just like so sophisticated about it. I felt like Wesley Snipes was being a dick when he's like, you're listening to it, but you're not hearing it. And I'm all like, yeah, what? Stop it. Stop it. Then I just want to say that the N-word was used, and it was
A
very
lot.
off-putting for me personally because I've never used that word.
No.
So then when I hear it, it's very odd. Like I'm like, what? Like
Yeah,
even with the A, I'm very put off by it. I know we're like white people talking about it, but I was very put
I
off
know.
by it. I was
Yeah.
just like, hmm.
Yeah. I am the same way too. I am like, it's like the worst of the worst words. Like, I feel like I'm going to be crucified in front of town square. I just know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be anywhere near it. So
I
okay.
don't even like to read it if it's in a book. Like, I like some classic books and it's in there. I won't even read it. I skip over
Right
it.
on. Okay, so then Rosie and Woody, they go back to their gross apartment and make sweet, sweet love. All right.
In the world's shortest shower.
In the
That's
world's
like a me
grossest
said.
shower.
It
Yeah,
was gross.
it was disgusting.
But the shower head came to Woody Harrelson's shoulders.
Right,
I was like,
right.
I was like, that's a my size shower. Nobody else except for me and fifth graders or children
Yes.
could use it. It's
Yes.
just
And
little
I
people.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I have no complaints because I'm a little person, but not like a little person, like a short person. But I have no complaints, but I bet tall people think it sucks.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But have you ever been in a hotel room with a tall shower and you can barely reach it? You got to like stand up on the side of the tub and hold
nah,
on to get the thing angled down because it's so high up.
I know I haven't. That must be one of those fancy hotels, like one of those
Tall
new
people
ones.
have it. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
Well, I mean, good for them, I guess. I
uh.
mean, I would just call down to the desk and be like, "Can I get a stool?" Okay.
Can
Although,
I
and
get one of those claw things?
right, exactly. I did write down in all caps titties. I was super happy about that.
I did not know Rosie Perez did nudity.
Yeah, well, she was looking good, I have to say. I was like, Rosie, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? So
I
okay.
know.
So then the next morning, right? And this kind of annoyed me, and I have a story for this. Okay, so she wakes up, right? And she's like, baby, I'm thirsty. And then so he gets up and he gets her a glass of water. And then this is her rationale. She's like, baby, when I say that I want a glass of water, or when I'm thirsty, and it's not bring me a glass of water. It means I'm thirsty. And I'm like, okay, thirsty means you're thirsty, which means water. That's what that means. And I
Or
have,
beverage. Yeah.
which I thought was BS. I don't know how you felt about her logic there. I thought it was BS.
Oh no, I just went, I must not be a normal woman because I don't get that. If I say I'm thirsty, I expect my husband to come back with a glass of something for me to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially in
I
the morning.
didn't get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just wanted some alcohol, a little glug, glug, glug in the morning.
I'm not gonna lie. They're the worst couple ever.
Oh, they are toxic which
They're
I'll say it now, when they break up, I wrote it down, but when they are not together at the end, I was like, this is the best thing for both of you.
well, and I'm gonna be the one to say it. I don't like Billy at all. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
dick.
Is that Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sydney is Wesley Snipes.
Okay. I'm just gonna call him Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson.
Okay, well, Woody Harrelson's a dick in this movie.
I
I
mean,
don't like him at all. The way
I
he
feel you.
talks to Rosie Perez
Yeah, I know. I'm right there with you. I don't like him either. I mean, I have to
at
be
that
honest.
tournament, the way he's chirping at
Oh,
everybody. When we get to that, I got stuff.
yeah. Well, I really don't like anybody in this movie. They're all kind of like horrible people. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have my story for you about that. Okay, so when me and my wife before we got married, when we were just dating, we had woken up together in bed, and she goes, baby, and I was like, what's that, babe? And she goes, will you reach me my caramel macchiato? And I'm just like, where's your caramel macchiato? And she's like, at Starbucks. And I was like, I was like, yeah, I'll go get you a caramel macchiato. Jesus.
I
And
like that. That's good.
yeah,
Go
and then
Trish.
yeah, and then she blew me. Anyways, okay, so all right. That's a short. Anyways, okay, so then and then okay, so he goes to get something, and then the Stookie brothers show up. When I just have to say, when the Stookie brothers showed up, I literally like gasped. I was like, oh, because I love the Stookie brothers. They have the crazy like Brillo pad hair and the trench coats, and then the gross like van. I was so happy when they showed up.
Van was like had serial killers written all
Oh,
over
it
it.
was so
And
good.
they look like Jersey guys, but like they couldn't afford to be real Jersey guys because they're scrawny. They're not like that beefy, and they're
Right.
not very tan. So
And I don't know what kind of accent was that? Because I was like, I don't think that's a New York accent. Didn't he say he was from New York? And I was like, what is that? What is that?
well, because later when they get their money, they do say something like that, like, yeah, now we're gonna go back and we'll be respected.
Oh, right on. Yeah, they do. I remember that. I remember. Okay. So now let's go to the second hustle game. Okay. So they're playing this game. And so they're all like, so he pops out $1,700 with Wesley Snipes. And then the other guy, he can only muster up what was 800, or was it 850?
Yeah, something like, well, no,
Okay.
it was 800 and the necklace.
Okay, yeah. And then they're just like, oh, okay, and they're like, they let him play with his 800 and the necklace against their 1,700. And me, I would have just been like, all right, we're going 800, 800. We're not going to go. I'm not going to let you have my extra money on top of that.
And that's the point where I started to think something, like, I didn't know why, but I was like, why? And it wasn't that I thought he was hustling Woody Harrelson at that time. I definitely thought, like, why would you ever do that?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
even if it was a sure thing, something can always go wrong. He could have rolled his ankle or broke it or whatever. Like, why would you ever? But now that we know that it's a hustle, it makes perfect sense.
Right on. And can I just, okay, so I want to talk about something real quick about this whole thing, because okay, I wrote it down, but we'll talk about, I want to talk about this first. Okay. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson in this movie are losers. And I do not understand this hustle to make ends meet lifestyle. Like, I do not understand that whole situation. Like, why couldn't Woody Harrelson just go out and get a job? I mean, Wesley Snipe had a job, but Wesley Snipe was all like, he's like those, okay, so you know those people are like, oh, what do you do for a living? And they're like, oh, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And you're like, oh, you're unemployed. I get it now. That's what those people are. Because I know, like, my job, if somebody says, well, what do you do? I can at least just say, I work at a factory. You know, that's like, oh, or, you know, one day it'll be, I do a podcast. But this whole thing, I'm all like, you know, he's just like, I do a little bit of a little roof spackling, a little bit of drywall. And I'm all like, oh, you're unemployed. Ew, you're never getting that house. So I just wanted to say that because I wrote it down.
Anytime you're having to play basketball games for money, I just go, wouldn't it just be better to go get a job?
Right. Yeah. Play basketball on the weekends like a normal person.
Yeah.
Or after work, you know. Okay.
Exactly.
You know what? That's their lifestyle. I don't understand it, but do your thing, boo-boo. Okay.
Right. Whatever.
So they end up losing that game, right? And I love how he goes home with a crappy dress, like she says, a crappy dress, or what does she say? I didn't
a hoochie mama,
a hoochie mama dress, yeah. And she loved it before he told her that he lost the money. Like, she was like in love with that dress. I love how he said, how she's all like, you lost the money again. I was like, this happened before, and you stayed with him. Would you have left?
Oh my god!
Would you have left your man if he lost all your money?
Oh, I like money. So yes, I would be pissed. I like I know it sounds terrible to say, but I like lights and running water.
Right. I know.
And those motels they were staying in,
Yeah.
they were shady as fuck. The one had
Yeah.
$20 a night on it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no way, no way. So yeah, I would have been like, I can do better. I can
Yeah.
do better.
Yeah. I was the
It's not
whole
even like
time.
he's super good looking.
Yeah. Wait, Woody Harrelson?
Yeah.
Oh no, I wrote down that Rosie Perez, Wesley Snipes, and Woody Harrelson are hot in this movie. Like, yeah, they're totally hot. They're like in their prime and shit.
He's the worst
Although, if
out
you
of the
look at Wesley,
three.
oh, I mean, I don't know, but if you look at Wesley Snipes now, that fucker still looks good. I don't
Right.
know that he looks good, and Rosie Perez doesn't look bad either.
No,
She's
you would never know Wesley
well, I
Snipes
mean,
is as old
Woody
as he is.
Harrelson, he doesn't look that bad either. I haven't seen him since
I
that
actually think he looked better in Zombieland than he does in
yeah,
this
he
movie.
looks good. They all look
Yeah.
good still, and they're all
Yeah.
like older. They're older than us, but they still look good. So okay. So I wrote down this also because I wrote down Marissa Tomei's logic in this entire movie just seems so stupid to me because she's like,
Well, first of all, it's not Marissa Tomei.
I meant Rosie Perez. You know what I meant? I said Rosie Perez. I just said it in French. That's why you couldn't understand.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So her logic in this entire movie just seems so stupid because she's like, well, sometimes when you think you're winning, you're losing. And sometimes when you think you're losing, you're winning. And then sometimes when you think you win, it's a tie. And I'm like, how many variations are you going to go through this, honey, before? Like, because I'm all like, it's just, I don't get you.
Because she's waiting for Jeopardy to call.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, and Jeopardy only calls because of Woody Harrelson. I just want to say that right now.
Well, yeah, right. Which he never tells her. She thinks because when they're in the whole, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there.
Yeah. No, I have.
So they lose the game.
They lose the game.
$1,700. He's got the Hoochie Mama dress, which she loved, then hated when she found out. And she's pissed. And she is going to get her money back. Which I'm like, okay, sweetie, if you put this much ambition into a job,
right,
Jeopardy will still call you if you work.
And depending on the job, she could read that crap while she's at work. Like if she was like a hotel maid, just clean a room, but like take a 5-minute break to like read a bunch of facts and stuff.
Go to the nearest library and see if they have an audio
tape. Yeah, exactly. They've got I don't know about you, but they got the Encyclopedia Britannica of tapes, like right, just in the thing.
Well, especially back then, because they were cassette tapes that you got from the library.
For those of you who don't know, they were like these square plastic things which when you put in a boom box, which it would Walkman. Oh my god, I loved Walkmans. They were the best. Oh my god. Anyways, okay.
Which she's wearing at the end.
Oh my god, I love Oh yeah, and she was rollerblading. You remember rollerblades? Oh, so good. Okay. Anyways,
whole outfit at the end is so spot on. Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah, we're getting away from ourselves.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Okay,
so they get to Wesley Snipes' apartment.
Yep.
And Rhonda answers the door. Mm-hmm. She is like this is seriously like one of those where you boys have fucked up and now the women have got to fix it. So yeah. And the guy that hustled or won the game in the hustle is sitting on the couch, which I was like, yeah, you can't talk your way out of this one. Yeah, it was for sure.
Yeah. So then he's all like, oh, you hustled me. And he's all like, oh, you know how the hustle game works. And I'm like, does he know how? And I love how when Rhonda and Rosie Perez are in the kitchen and she's all like, I'm not giving you your money back. I was like, oh, she means business. And then she's like,
house.
Yeah, she wants that house. She wants to get out of what was it called? Shady Pines? Or Pine
Vista Views. I wrote it down. Vista Views, because there's no vista and there's no views of a vista.
I like Shady Pines better. But okay, so then So then they have their little girl talk. And they've come to the conclusion that Woody and Snipes have to play in that 2-on-2 tournament together. And then they split the $5,000 winnings.
Yes.
Okay, so they go to the tournament, right? And first off, I just want to say that basketball mime was really weird. He was freaking me out. And it was just a dude like doing like basketball tricks and stuff. But I was like, I would be like, can you just go away? I'm not interested in this nonsense. I have plenty of things to say about this tournament, okay? But the first thing I just want to say is that I'm in the zone, okay? I'm in the zone. And if you would get there too, you'd be in the zone.
He chirps so much, and the things that he is saying are so asinine. They're
Right.
stupid.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
It's not even like smack talk. It's just pure like word vomit. It's just
Right.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I wish I would have wrote some of it down. I didn't though, but it was pretty ridiculous. Like,
And it's annoying, and you can just tell Wesley Snipes is like, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm
right.
2
Yeah.
seconds from kicking your ass.
So they end up winning the tournament. I don't want to go through all the tournament stuff, but I did love the white guy that was like announcing everything because he's like, is this really happening? And he's like, we keep the big trophy. And I'm like, what? Like,
I
what do you
love
guys...
that. Did you hear him at the end? He goes, it's over. Let's give him the check and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. It was so good because I was just all like, and I want to know, why would you want that big trophy? And trophies are so gaudy and like they take up so much space. Okay. So then after the thing, because Woody Harrelson is trying to convince Wesley Snipes that he can dunk the ball. And they bet their money that Woody Harrelson can dunk the ball in 3 tries. And I'm like, why would you do this? Why do you care that Wesley Snipes knows that you can dunk the ball? I wouldn't care. And it's $2,500. I don't know about you, Vetta, but even if you're like, you make a good living and you're like, you like are on solid ground, you wouldn't just bet $2,500 on something you were not 100% about. And you could tell Woody Harrelson was not 100% about it.
Oh, he was not sure, but he's like that guy that if you dare him to do something or call, like, what was the movie? Oh, in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You can't call him a chicken. Because if you call him a chicken, that's Woody Harrelson. He can't refuse a bet. He's got a gambling problem.
He does. Yeah, he's bad. And that's why him and Rosie are toxic together. Okay. Yeah. So he ends up losing the money for a third time. And this is the time that Rosie is going to leave him. She's decided this time. Which she didn't learn her lesson, which I'm all like, Rosie, you don't learn your lesson, but it's fine. It's like, whatever. Okay. So, okay, hold on. I wrote down some stuff some more. Okay. So, by the way, I just want to say that dress that he bought Rosie Perez, which I said that he brought it back the second time, but it's the third time he brings her the gross dress, right? She's like,
it is. Because she's sitting there with the pizza box and the wine. And yes, so he gives it to her after he loses the $2,500.
I have an issue with her with the wine because she goes, the pizza is cold and the wine is warm. And I just want to be all like, sweetie, that's red wine. Red wine is served at room temperature. And as a wine connoisseur myself, if you were a wine connoisseur, you would know that. But you only seem to drink vodka, which is delicious, by the way. But I'm just saying. And cold pizza is not bad. And she wasted that cold pizza. I would have ate that before it got there. Anyways.
I would have totally. Cold pizza is sometimes better than warm pizza.
Absolutely.
But can we talk about when she leaves?
Can we quick talk about the dress real quick?
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking hideous. Okay. With the epaulets and everything and the big boofy shoulders.
I was like, totally fits that time though.
It does. But as soon as I saw her wear it on Jeopardy, I was like, ew. I was like, somebody doesn't have taste.
She wore it anyway.
Yeah. I was like, it's
because he lost all of her money and she couldn't afford anything else.
Right. Yes. So, okay. Now you were saying she leaves. Go ahead.
So she's out and she's decided in front of their shitty motel, she's going to hitchhike.
Right.
And he's trying to stop her. And then she points out that their motel room is on fire.
Right.
So
their $20 a night motel room.
$20 a night hotel room. So of course she hitchhikes and gets the heck out of there. And when he runs to go and stop her from getting in the truck, guess who's there?
My favorite people. the Stookie brothers.
And he convinces them to give him another week. My favorite is what happens after they're like, okay, but in a week, if you don't have our money, this will be you. And they open up this book of Polaroids
Yes.
of all of these people that they have like killed and everything.
Killed.
Which at first, yeah,
we say
put up
loosely.
quotation marks.
Yeah,
we'll
we
get
say
to
loosely.
that in a minute. But my favorite thing was they just kept flipping through this book of all these people that they killed. And it was just like, that's so many bodies.
So many.
And Woody Harrelson is just like, it's a week. Just a week.
Yeah, which I just want to be like, okay, they gave him an extra week. How long has it taken him to pay him back now? And he hasn't even done it in like, what, 6 months? But he can't, but they expect him to do it in a week? What? But I'm like, okay, look, Stuckey Brothers, you're all about second chances, I guess. Whatever, it's cool.
Right.
Okay, so he gets Gloria. Is that her name, Gloria? I wrote Gloria down. Okay, so he gets Gloria on Jeopardy because they go to the guy that won the second hustle game with the necklace. He's a security guard on the lot of Jeopardy. So he gets Gloria onto Jeopardy. And I'm all like, oh, that's fun. And
which I just want to say that's not how that works. Jeopardy
that's
is
not
like
how
a
that
serious
works.
game to get on. You had to take a test.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
It just isn't just because you get on the lot.
Yeah, but maybe
good for her for getting on the lot and convincing them.
Yeah, maybe that security guard knew what strings to pull or whatever, but good for her. And she killed it on Jeopardy. She was knocking it out of the park.
Wrote. I was like, she is killing it. And she was going up against rocket scientists and
it was hideous, by the way. Yeah, who cares? Who cares? Right. They were ugly. Okay. So then after Jeopardy, right, after she wins, he goes into her dressing room. I just want to say his song that he sung to her, it sucked. It was bad. I was like, Woody Harrelson. I was like, I thought you could sing. This song is terrible, buddy.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then they end up getting back together, and he goes back to her nice hotel room, which I was like, look at that, look at you.
She's got Jeopardy money now.
She's got Jeopardy money. And I love how she's all talking about how, like, she's like, if I go back for the All-Stars or whatever, I could win, and that's like 2,400 or 24,000 or something like that. I'm like, good for you for trying to, like, you know, get a future going kind of thing. Now,
but she still doesn't believe in banks, though.
Right. And so she
really nice hotel room, and she's got another jar that her money's in.
And she gives him, what was it, 2,500 to go shop.
2,000.
Oh, 2,000 to go shopping for clothes for a job.
And for his job interviews. Yep.
Yes. And I just want to be like, why would you stop giving this man your money? Because he is just going to lose it. So,
like she tells Rhonda, he's bad with money. No, he has a gambling problem. He's not just bad with it. He's a bad gambler too.
Yeah, he's terrible with it. I wouldn't trust him with a dime of my money. And Wesley Snipes and his wife, they get robbed. And I liked how she was all like, I know y'all saw something. I was like, they saw something. They saw something.
Something.
And she's like, they took everything. They took your video games and your plaques and stuff. I don't remember all she says. And she said they took the money. And I'm all like, you guys just left that money in your house? What's going on here?
Apparently at that time in America's history, no one liked a bank.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm sorry, but like if I don't keep that much money in my house. Like, I'm just like, why are you guys keeping so much money in your house? It's like, whatever. Okay, it's like fine. I mean, like, I'll keep like a couple of bucks or whatever, but I won't keep that much. Oh, so they're going to play their last game or whatever. Oh, the last
against
hustle
the duck and the king.
Oh, I wrote that. Oh, you wrote. Hold on, I wrote down. Oh, I wrote down. They go to play the Soul and Duck. I wrote Soul and Duck. I was drinking, so I couldn't remember what their. I was like, what's their name? Soul and Duck. I'm gonna write that down. So
you talk about how did Wesley Snipes track down Woody Harrelson and Rosie Perez? Because he's riding a bike and she's rollerblading.
Yeah.
And he just pulls up against the road and is like gets out and is running towards them, leaves his car on the street and just starts running. And I'm like, dude, were you just driving around looking for them?
That's an excellent question. I didn't even think about that. That's an excellent question. That's look at you thinking and shit. You put more thought into it than I did. But okay. So then they're playing the soul and duck guy, and they have that little basketball montage of them and everything. And Woody Harrelson finally dunks the ball, proving that white men can jump, which I'm all like, we really don't care. I mean, I know I don't care. And so Gloria, she finally ends up leaving Woody Harrelson, Rosie
Yeah,
Perez. And I'm like, good for you, girl. You're obviously moving and shaking, and he's still stuck in his loserdom.
exactly.
The Stookie brothers show up, and he gives. Now, I'm sorry, did he win 8 grand? Because they owed the Stookie brothers 8 grand.
Well,
Did
no,
he-
they originally only owed them 3,000. And remember when she tells the whole story to Rhonda?
I don't
So,
remember. So tell
oh,
me.
long story short, she originally bought a car from them for 3 grand. It was a lemon and a dud or whatever. And so she didn't finish paying them back. So they decided that because of interest and everything, she now owed them 7,000.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
Yeah.
I just heard 8,000. Okay.
Yeah, I think they
So,
added the other 1,000 when what's his face came in. I don't remember the whole story when she's telling Rhonda, but she does
okay.
explain it.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so then the Stookie brothers show up. They get Woody Harrelson to pose for a picture, which, by the way, I didn't believe he was dead. He just had some
Because
blood
they
coming out of
gave
his
him
mouth.
the money.
Yeah, he
He
gave them
gave
the
him the
money.
lot of money. And instead of killing him, they just make him pose like
Yes.
they've killed him. So now that whole book of all those Polaroids,
Is bullshit.
yeah, now they've
Yeah.
got no credibility at
Yeah, your web of
all.
lies is unraveling, fuckers.
Right.
Okay.
And it's a
And
really
so,
shitty job. And why did Woody Harrelson lay down on that disgusting mattress
yeah. Oh, he has lice now and bed bugs.
and bed bugs?
Yeah. Okay, so the movie ends with Woody Harrelson and Snipes playing basketball on a court, and like a little, hey man, what's going on? What are we gonna do from here? And I'm all like, get a job. Stop being
No,
like
no. Wesley Snipes gives Woody Harrelson
oh,
a
that's
job
right.
doing the
That's right.
roofing and the
The
paving and the
roofing.
stuff.
And then that's where it ends, which I felt like that was I think we should get a sequel to White Men Can't Jump. Be like, and maybe it should be like, can white men still jump? Or, the day after white men jumped or something like that. Something fun, just I don't know. I feel like there's another movie in there.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever, it's fine. So, all right, Vetta. Do you have anything else you want to say about this movie?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good movie. It just has a lot of, you know, useless situations in it that you like don't need. And Woody Harrelson and Rosie Perez's relationship is so toxic, and
Right,
he's always telling her to shut up and
right.
all this other stuff. And I'm like, run, girl, run. And she
Yeah.
does eventually. But yeah, no, I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. I liked it. I agree with you. The toxic relationship. I was like, this is not healthy. You guys should obviously should not be together. Love is not enough just to keep a relationship together. And you two don't have anything else but love. And I put that in quotations also.
Yes.
Would you suggest this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still liked it, even though it
There's
was
just so many fun things in it.
for
Like, I
sure.
really want to be like, your mama's an astronaut. I don't know what it means, but it's
Oh
super
yeah,
funny. They
yeah.
got
Oh
so
yeah.
offended over
Right. Yeah.
his mama being called an astronaut.
I should look that
So,
up.
well, it's on Urban Dictionary.
Oh,
An
tell me.
astronaut is someone who's so high they can't walk, so they think they should drive. Not good. Do not be an astronaut.
Yeah, but if somebody said that to me, your mom's an astronaut, I'd be like, well, she did go to NASA, So okay.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't we go ahead and move over to the next section of our little program here in our question sections. So what is your question for this movie?
So my question is, what is your favorite sports movie?
So I was gonna
It can
go
be any
Right. I was gonna be serious about this, but I wanted to go with a fun, goofy movie that I actually really do like, even though I don't consider this a sport, but I am. And I went with Dodgeball. I love this movie. It's so funny. I just really like it a lot, and it makes me laugh. What about you?
I love Dodgeball, and I really do hope they make a second one.
Oh, me too.
That
Me
would
too.
be
It'd be great.
amazing. Yeah. So I went with The Sandlot.
Oh, I love The
I
Sandlot.
love The
Oh, I
Sandlot.
love that
Everything about
movie.
that movie is
Oh,
so
yeah.
amazing. I love it.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I love that movie so good. Yeah, that movie's great. I love that movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Baby Ruthie.
Oh my God, so good. I love it. Okay, so my question for you is, what is your favorite Rosie Perez movie? Go.
Well, it's the one with Marissa Tomei in it. It's
Oh,
Untamed Heart.
oh, I love Untamed
I
Heart.
do
Oh my God, I wish I would have wrote that
love
down
that movie.
now. I want to change my answer. I love that movie so much. That movie is so good. I cry.
It's
It's
got
so
Christian
good.
Slater
It got
in
Christian
it with his baboon
Slater
heart.
with his baboon heart. Shut up. Oh my God, I love that movie. And the
Yes,
jukebox and that guy keeps hitting it and she's oh no, it's a cigarette machine. And he
yes.
keeps hitting it. Oh, and then he saves her. Oh, it's movie's so good. I
Oh,
love that
yes,
movie. I love that
I
movie.
do
Oh, it's
so
so
much.
good. Okay. Well, I wrote down Pineapple Express, but now I wish I would have wrote down Untamed Heart. I really like Pineapple Express. It's I'm not like somebody that partakes in the festivities of Pineapple Express, but I do enjoy that movie. It's really funny. And Marissa Tomei is not in that movie, but Rosie Perez is she plays a cop and everything, but she's I just picked it because it's in that movie. But I wish I would have picked Untamed Heart now that you said it. I love that movie.
I
Because
love
and then
that movie.
Rosie Perez in that movie, she says to the owner of the cafe that she's a waitress at, she goes, "You are like wet sands in my underwear," and the guy goes, "Ouch!" I love that.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I love that. Gosh, I love that. You're bringing back memories. I'm gonna watch that movie now. We should we
I
should
love
re-
that movie. Yes.
we should review that movie. Oh gosh. All
Yeah.
right. Do you have anything else that you want to say, Vetta?
No, I'm good.
All right. Me neither. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to us, you guys. Please follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated and everything. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. We would really appreciate it, and it really does help us out. You guys have no idea. We'll be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel. So be sure to check us out there and subscribe to us on YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And you guys, please don't just watch us. We can tell by our numbers you guys are watching. You're just not subscribing. And it literally costs you nothing to just hit that subscribe button. Maybe hit the bell just so you can get notified to when we drop an episode and everything. But again, that really does help us out a lot. Also, you guys, we have started a Patreon that you guys can go and check that out if you're so inclined to do so. The link is in the description down below there. And don't forget, please, to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.